to everyone. If you're here and you can hear me, just drop a 1 in the comments. You are so beautiful. Yes, you are. Okay, if you're here and you can hear me, let's go. Put a 1 in the comments. Let me know. We're starting late today. If you can hear me, just put a 1 in the comments. Let me know you can hear me. Okay, Francis David. Hello. Hope you're good. Okay, Creative Olive. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's just give you like 2 minutes. Let's see how others will join in so that. Oh, Jesus. Hope we're learning so far. And hope we are. Yes, I am blushing. Okay, just 2 minutes. Let's see how others join in so that we roll. We roll. Oh, my shit. Okay, let's go. Let me open some stuff so that I'll share screen with us. Let me. Okay, which other one? There's one other design that I didn't put here. Okay. Oops. All right, let's go now. I'm sharing my screen now so that you see. Holy, holy, God Almighty. All right. This is the first design I think that I received today on the group. Let me check well to be sure that this is the first one. So Okay, sorry, the second one. But anyway, let's look at this. Now, like I said yesterday, yeah, there are a whole lot of things wrong with this design. A whole lot of things. Number one, you see, there are lots of empty spaces here. A whole lot of empty spaces here. Meanwhile, the order now button and the telephone number that are so important, they are finding it difficult to breathe. Whereby we have a empty space here. So what this person was supposed to do is to, not in design. I'll just say it one more time. I don't know, the person who did this. Are you with us already? Okay, so in design, one of the things you must learn to do is make proper use of the space that you have, the available space that you have. You can use it properly. Now, let me give us an example of something that I created. I just did a little tutorial, on it. Let me see. Where's Menturr? And I'll see if we can create something like that today. Okay, you see. Now, this is the one this is just I was just playing with this thing. I did a tutorial on how to create this test outline and all that, blah blah. And I got this. Now I had just one word, Nick, and the shoe. So I needed to do a proper arrangement. But the most important thing that I wanted to illustrate was, this test outline on the shoe. Okay, so that's just what I was illustrating with this. And now, if you see, I use the same Nick as watermark to fill the empty spaces, so that those spaces will not be boring. So, while filling the empty spaces, it turned out to be very, very nice and so wonderful. So then you can imagine if I put the name Nick just at the top here, and I put the shoe maybe at the bottom here. So we'll have a whole lot of empty spaces that are not that we didn't use. So this person need to do well. And another thing again, you see, except the person want it like this. In my own case, I believe maybe there could have been a gradient styling on these shapes, this red shape and the yellow shape. There could have been a gradient styling there that will make it look um, nicer than this. Or if the person want it like this, no problem. It's still very, very beautiful. But the empty space is a no-no for me. And this person did not respect the rules of trim and bleed. I told us about trim and bleed yesterday, where you have to, leave some lines at the edges of your design in order to give room for trimming. That edge is called bleed. Yeah, when you go to the press, a printing press, at times when they print a banner, for you, there's a part of it that they call whiteout. They call it whiteout. I don't know. Is the actual language is not whiteout. And one of the most important thing in business, or in whatever thing you are doing, is your ability to master some terminologies that are being used. Being able to practicalize things, that's fine, but you must get yourself acquainted to terminologies. Else, else you are still you are going to be professional on one side, and in your talking you will sound unprofessional in your talking, which will not give a balance. Now, I take for instance, there was a time I went to a printing press to print something for my church. And me and the person that was supposed to print for me, because I made the design, so we're having a kind of misunderstanding. I think that was the first time I heard about whiteout. I was like, the guy was said, "Do you need whiteout?" And I asked, like, what's the meaning of whiteout? Now, one of the reasons why we need to get used to all these things is that it will either reduce your money, or it increases your money. I take for instance, if you visit what's his name? If you visit a lawyer, if I've worked with a lawyer in the past, now just have it at the back of your mind that one of the things that you are paying heavily for is the grammar that the lawyer is speaking. When they use grammar, twisted, and at the end of the day, you will just shake your head because if your expression is not strong enough, you may end up just nodding your head, and at the end of the day, you are going to pay your lawyer extra amount of money, or he's going to bill you based on the level of grammar. You understand? So you pay. What I'm trying to say is that all these things, um, they have a way of adding value to your brand. They have a way of adding value to your brand. I'm gonna host a class with everybody. Not today. I intended to do it today, but I'm not gonna do it today again. Why? Because of some certain things that are not ready. I got very very busy today, so I couldn't round up with some certain things. So there are certain things we need to know because I expect everybody that have followed this class to grow to some certain level of maturity. Then you being able to brand yourself, and at the end of the day, you work yourself into the level of six figures and all that. It is very 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 possible. Graphics design is one of the most lucrative business, but if you don't know your way around, if you don't have access to certain information, you are going to be lacking behind. I remember I worked with a church. Okay, let me not bore you with so many talks. Okay, so that's it for this. So this thing means I will rate this person 2/10 because at least the person was able to insert a shoot there and some test the 2/10. All right, so I think this person will go and work on that. This is not bad. This is not bad. A movie poster, not bad. A movie poster, not bad. Okay, not bad. That's not bad. This professional. This is so wonderful. This is cool. Okay, I'm gonna give this person a job. This wonderful. This is nice. I'm gonna give this guy a job. Okay, that is that. That is that. That is that. That is that. So before I try one or two things with us, just somebody. Okay, I'll show you how. I'll show you how I achieved. How I achieved. There's something I wanted to show us yesterday, which I didn't. It escaped me. I'm going to show it to you today because this is I'm handling this class because to me it is a beginner's class. So I'm just handling it like I'm dealing with beginners, you understand, who want to get themselves used to Photoshop and design generally. So when it is uh, uh, intermediate class or an advanced class, we treat it like an advanced class. So that one is certain. Okay, so what I wanted to show us yesterday, which I didn't, is how to write your test, around a shape. Let's say a cycle. If you want to write your test around it, now let's assume this is a cycle, and we want to have our test. We want to write something. Okay, let's assume we want to create a school badge. Okay, we are not creating a logo, but I just want to illustrate with a school badge. Let me duplicate this and scale it inside. So that I make that one white. I want to create that space at the middle. I made that white. Create that space at the middle. Okay. Now I want to write Lagos. Okay, let me say mentor academy, and I write maybe learning or wherever at the bottom. Now, if just pay very close attention to this, there's what's called part. There's what's called part. Now, what that is your ability to give instruction to your test. Like this is the kind of behavior that I want you to possess. Okay, now I take for instance, where is this test to? Where is pen? Where's pen? Okay, let me use a line too. Let me use a line too. Now this is a line. If I draw, as I've drawn this line now, if I want to write on this, if I want to use this as a part, I'm going to tell my test that I want you to go straight like this. This is what I want you to do. But a situation whereby let me use where's WAP 2? It's not here. Okay. Wait, let me look for let me look okay, let me use a rectangle. Let me use a rectangle. I'm trying to give it a color fill so that you can see. Then let me use a WAP 2 to where's the WAP 2? Okay, let me do like this. Now if I want to write a text on this on the stroke of this thing, now automatically what I've done now is that I've given a directive, an instruction to my text that this is the part that I want you to take. Hope we are hope we are following. This is the part I want you to take. So the moment that I take on my test tool, then I click on this place. Just watch. Let me write on it. Okay, let me change my text color to black. Okay. Sorry. No, no, no. Sorry, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with my computer? So I'll do that again. Let me centralize it so you see. Let me make the text color. Then maybe 6. Then check hole. Okay. Let me increase the points so that. Okay. Now you see, as I'm typing now, it's just going. It's taking it's taking the shape of what's it called? These parts that I've drawn. So you see now, even if I take this away from there, you see the test is going to be like that. Why? Because with this I was able to define the parts that I want the test to take with this one. Okay, so now the same thing applicable to this. So if I want to write a curved test on this, like I'm going to use this one. Let me just duplicate this one at the window, the white one. Then I change the color of one to maybe blue. Then I'm going to increase it to the center because I want the words to be on the center. Okay, let me just increase that. Okay, thank you. Then I'm going to select my test tool. Then I'll make sure the what do you call it is aligned, is centralized. That's the alignment. Then I'll come here and click on the center here. Then I just want to write, okay, I want to write Menturr Tech Hub. Okay, Menturr Tech Hub Lagos. Okay, so you see, so I have my test written there right now. Now the difference, another thing that I want to show you. Let me remove this one. So you see, I have Menturr Tech. Let me just scale it down a little bit. But I think it went too far away. Okay, so now if I want to write at the bottom, if I want to write something at the bottom here, let me bring this thing back again. Now there are two things I need to do. I just select this blue one because that's the one, that's my part now. That's the one I'm using to define my part. Then I'm going to take it, spread it so that it tally with the ending, the head, the top of all those words. Then the next thing, I'm going to click on this anchor point or any of the anchor point, right click and flip horizontal. I showed us how to do that yesterday. Flip horizontal. Now that I've flipped horizontal, then I'm going to take my test to, then I take it there at the window. Then I now say tech education. Tech education. So you see tech education, then I can take this off. Now, mind you, there's one truth I always want to tell. I always want to tell everybody. Just hope we're following. There's one truth I always want to tell everybody, and that truth is, um, there are various approach that we can give to these things, so long that is Photoshop. This thing I'm just doing now, somebody can have another method, that he or she can use to achieve this even faster than my own method. So the more you're working and the more you're meeting with people, you're meeting with people, you are going to be learning. You are going to be learning from other persons, combining their ideas together to have your own unique idea to find out what's working best for you. But for me, it's the easiest way I want to do this. So we have this right now. So that is for that. So if you have a question on this, just okay. Thank you, Francis. If you have a question on this, I was trying to achieve this at my real estate design, but it didn't work. Okay, now, Francis, let's look at this your concern critically now. Now, how were you? Did you use the method that I use now, or you were trying, or what method were you using to achieve? Trying to achieve this. Let me see it very quickly. Then let me see. Then we'll know what was wrong with what you were doing. Then we'll correct it and make sure you grab that. So let me see as you write in the comments. Thank you. Oh, shut up. It was the second base. It was the second base test. Which one is second base test? Okay, okay, okay. The one at the bottom. Okay, the one at the bottom. Yes, it could not flip. It could not flip as yours. Okay, yeah, that's why I just showed you. I just showed you the reason why even wanted to show us this thing yesterday was because of the real estate flyer that we were correcting yesterday. I intended to show us how they achieved that circled test. Okay, now let me do it again so that you see. Very, very, very important. Now let me take this tech education away. But I'm sure you understood how I got the top. Now, let me duplicate this. I don't want to use that part again. The first part I used because I already flipped that one. So now let's go. And I'm going to raise this. No, sorry. Where's the one I flipped? Change the color, I mean. So then let me raise this. I can reduce the opacity to see what I'm doing. What's at the bottom? Okay. So after this, the next thing that is expected of you to do, very, very important. Now, if you want to write, on this part like this, you are going to get it wrong. But before you do, since it's the base text we're dealing with right now, before you do, now I showed us how to flip. All right, but the short way to do it is just click here, right click it again, and you see flip horizontal. So I flipped horizontal, which means I flipped it the other way around. Then in that case, I cannot take my test tool now and just click on the window. Then I write tech. Sorry, where did my test disappear? Okay, so I'll now click on the window here. It's what? My text is disappearing. Why? Okay. But meanwhile, let's go. Yeah, I cannot take click on this. Let me change the text color to white first so that I'll see. Okay, then I now write tech education education. Now just observe two things. Just observe two things. If you have an understanding of you know a thing, life is not hard when you have understanding. Things aren't difficult. Now, two things I did that made us achieve this base test different from the way, because this base test is opposite of this top test. So that's the reason why you have to flip your part. All right, you have to flip your part to the other side in order to achieve a base test. So that's it. You must flip your parts in order to achieve a base test. These are mathematics in design, just small mathematics like that in design. So I hope that's clear now, Frank. Six. So any other person, if you have if you have another question, if you have question, you have concern or anything you're not clear, we just let me know so that we move. Okay. So that's it, David. If you are still not clear with it, just let me know. We'll go over it again. There's no point rushing when we're not getting a particular stage. This I'm telling you that this is very 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 important. It can delay you while you're doing work. Okay, thank you so well. Thank you so much. Okay, we move. So that is for that. What is 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 okay, that is for that. Okay, another thing, because this is the last class we're having for this section. Another thing that I want to quickly show us that I didn't show us at the beginning is, I told us about, how to draw shape and how to transform one shape to another. Now another thing that I want us to know is how to combine two shapes to achieve, some certain things. You say if I double click, so if I double click, nothing pops up to say flip. You're not doing it properly. Let me see. If I double, you are not double clicking. Mind you, you are not double clicking. Like, let me draw a circle for you again. Let me draw a circle for you. You are not double clicking. Now, if you want to flip this, you are not double clicking. You are only going to locate any of these anchor points. Any of these anchor points. Now, click on this. Any one that you want to click on. Just click. That's left click now, which is the normal click. Then once you left click, just come here. You see this good and this decline button. They just pop up, meaning you have click that place. Then the next thing you need to do is just to right click. The first one left click, then the other one right click. Then once you right click the other one, it will just pop up these options for you. These are shortcuts. Then you see your flip horizontal. Then you click on flip horizontal or flip vertical. Is that clear? Now just try it and let me see. Let's see. Try it and let me see. Shit tables. Just try it and let me see. Mhm. Let me know if it's working for you. Okay. Thank you. All right, that is what was I trying to do? Okay. So I was telling us how to combine two shapes together. For instance, there's this thing they always use for this symbol they always use as logo for youth. Let's say once it is one is a youth program. There's this. Let me see. something like a caricature of human. Now let me draw. I can achieve that with a square, a square, and a square and a cycle. Now let's go using our transform parts tools. Sorry, why did they combine together? Sorry, I have to draw that circle again. Now, if I want to do that, I'm going to first of all use on this. I'm going to first of all use perspective. Let me come here and use perspective. Let me use perspective so that I can get a rectangle. Sorry, a triangle. Sorry. Then after using perspective, I am not going to click either enter or this to accept what I've done so far. I'm going to come here again and I'm going to take on, you see, warp on this warp. Now this warp tool. Now I'm going to locate. Let me move this. Let me move this. I'm going to move this inside. Then I'm going to move this outside. Move this a bit. Move this a bit. Okay, let me move this very, very well. Then after that, okay, let me see how I move this inside. Let me see how I move this inside. And maybe this inside and move this one up a bit. Okay, now let me take enter or accept. Let me accept this. You see, I've been able to, by combining two shapes and multiple transform parts together, I'm achieving something different now. So if I now bring this one a little bit, okay, let's bring it close. Let's bring it close. Okay, this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about. So we can achieve this like this. Then if I duplicate this, if I duplicate this and rotate this one and rotate this one, let's see how it goes. Let me rotate this one to see how it's going. Okay, I can reduce this. See how it's going. So on, and so forth. So on and so forth. So if you understand this process, just let me know. If you understand this process, just let me know. Then we'll do one or two things now. I'll just show you. Something about color. Then we're done. Okay, just let me know if you got this. Then we can proceed. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Let's go. What did I want us to do? Okay, now let me bring that shoe. The shoe I used. Let me bring it again. Let me bring it again. Let me bring it again. Z. Let me bring it again. Let's see if I can see it. If I can see it. Or I borrow it from the other design that I've done before. Let's go. No. It's not here. Okay, it's not here. Sorry. Let me bring that design back again, so that I'll take it from there. Where's okay. Watch. Sorry. Let me see if I can download it then, or let me use someone. Well, let me use someone's picture as a case study. Okay, let's use this anti as a case study. So anti as a case study. Yeah, your actions are your truth. Okay. And let's assume I want to have a word like mentor, mentor. Oh, let me use verbs. Okay, let's assume you see as this word is behind her. Now you can't actually you can't tell what's written on as in behind her, or you may want a situation whereby you want her in between the test so that the stroke of the test will be on top of her, which means she will be in between the stroke and the fill, just the way I did that, Nick. So let me even see this her picture so that at least we can see some part of that test very well. So if I want to do this now, let me change my color to white. Then I move my background to black so that okay. If I want to do this now, all I need to do is just to duplicate this test and move one above her. Then the other one is behind her. Then the other one is above her. So simple. The one that is above her, what we just need to do is to come to our layer to give it a stroke style. So once we give it a stroke, we want to make that stroke the same white. I want to make that stroke no color stroke, and I will make it the same white, not center. And I'll do it outside. Is 5 not too much? Okay, let's take 5. Then after that, the fill color, we are just only just going to remove the fill color. Then we'll come here and just take out the fill color. Just take out the fill color. So automatically, let me group the two and move them. See, this is what we have. So that just how that's how to do this one. Then the next thing we are just going to look at right now is color. Let's look at color. Let's look at color. I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw some shapes. So okay. Now one of the biggest mistake that some persons do make while they are doing design. Now, if you want to enjoy your work, you must learn how to make good use of color. Number one, there are colors that are heavy, and number two, there are colors that are light. So when you use a heavy color on another heavy color, you are just going to kill the vibe. You're going to kill the vibe of that particular design. Okay, so what goes to a heavy color and a light color goes together, so when they contrast each other, it's going to give you something beautiful. For instance, if I want to write mentor here, mentor, I want to write mentor. Okay, now there are some. This is white. This is beautiful. Okay, now there are some light colors. There are some light colors that can go with this particular red, and there are some thick color that still can go with this particular red. Now, how do I even explain that to us? Let me duplicate this. Okay, now let's assume I want to write one Menturr on white, and I want to write the other Menturr on green, light green or dark green or whatever kind of green. Then let me duplicate again. Let me duplicate again. Let me duplicate again. Then on this, let me make this blue, light blue, whatever kind of blue. So you see, in this case, the difference is clear. If you want to talk about what's clear, talk about clarity and professionalism here. Now I'll give the first one 10 10 over 10 or 9 over 10. I'm going to give this one 3 over 10, and I'm going to give this one minus 2 over 10, which means this the person who is doing this is still owing me minus 2 over 10. Okay, which means now this color and this color, they are actually they are not working together. Just maybe for instance, you want to style this in gold. You want to use maybe a gold styling in this one. You understand? So you see, it's beautiful anyway, but it is not too perfect. It's not too perfect. So when I'm doing my color combination while I'm working, whenever I have a background of like maybe a background like blue, or a background like blue, or what's it called, purple, blue, purple, and black. Let me show you blue, purple, and black. Let me show you this. Let's say this is black. Okay, because we're already on black background, let me just make it gray. Then blue, blue, purple, blue, blue, purple. Now this blue, purple, and black. So let me check if anybody is writing a comment. So this blue, this blue, purple, and black. Now you discover that if I want to style a text on what's it called, on gold. Now let me start this one on gold still. On gold, so sorry, let me remove the drop shadow. Then let me start this one on gold. On drop shadow. You see, perfect, so beautiful, perfect, so beautiful. Perfect, so beautiful. So there are some people who know how to do arrangement of text, but one of the things that you do, make their job go off is the choice of color that they use, that they merge together. Their combination of color, very wrong, very wrong. I know of someone who love to use gold. Now any job that the person is doing, the person want to start the test on gold. Any job that the person is doing, like, I was like, guy, why are you always on gold? And the person was like, wow, I love gold. But along the line, I noticed one of the things I was able to, bring to her notice is that some of all these things some of the background, the color, they are actually not working with your gold. So for the fact that you love gold doesn't mean everything has to be gold. So it's not working with some of your background color, which is very poor. So these are things we should take note of while we are designing. I'm going to drop a tutorial on color arrangements and all that. I'm going to do a sit down and do a more elaborate tutorial on it, so that I'll give it to us. But meanwhile, let me show us, if you're looking for color, let me give you one website that you can always refer to if you want color. Okay, now Let me share with you again. Okay, why did I even do that in the first case? Let me share with you a window. Okay, let me share. Is this application? Okay, let me share this with you. Okay, now you see this this HTML dash color dot codes. Okay, now here you need to get yourself used to colors and their codes and their names. Very important. So this is one website that can help you. There are lots of them, but this is the one I use. This is the one I use. Then this is where if you want to get this particular link, you just have to copy the code, either RGB code or hex code or whatever, or HTML. So now this is black. It gives you a list of the shades of blacks, a list of shades of blacks. Then this is red. Let's go to red. It gives you all kinds of red. It are They are quite in numbers. Then this is orange color. This is cyan color. This is tea color. This is green color. So take your time, study it, and you're going to you're going to um you're going to like it. You're going to like it. It's gonna be helpful to you. Okay. So let me have question. Who is with me? Okay, I think it's David. Let me have questions so that we call it a night. Wow, today is Saturday, always a busy day. Tomorrow is church. I believe we are Christians, so and we are going to church tomorrow. God is the ultimate. You can't take God out of it. All right, so Francis, and let me see your question, Francis, if you have. So that we'll call it a night. By next week, we're gonna have a live webinar next week. I'm going to discuss mentorship with us properly. So I have a mentorship system that I want to introduce to everyone. Now, okay, so I'm good. Awesome class. Thank you so much, David. I have a mentorship structure and system that I want to introduce to us that is going to help us. That's going to help as many that will be interested in it. That's going to help us, develop ourselves, develop our skills. And because me as a person, I focus more on freelancing when it comes to things like this. I've been training people for years, and I always want them to look at freelancing from the right perspective, because they are going to make a fortune out of it. But before you get to that level, there are certain things you need to know. There's a level of development that you need to have, so I have a mentorship structure, a mentorship program that I'm going to introduce to every one of us. So as many that want to advance in these things. So we are going to just sit together. Probably we'll know the number of times we are going to be coming every week to just make sure, not just graphics designing, we're coming up with a whole lot of things. So after this, now we're going to introduce what's it called, copywriting and 3D animation and all that. A whole lot of things. So our aim is to see that young people are able to do something with themselves, by themselves, and for themselves. And I know God will help us. Okay, sir, is your mentorship class also free? David is a little bit free, but not too free. But it's a little bit free, but it's gonna be it's something that's gonna be affordable. It's something that's gonna be affordable. But in a situation whereby I said to myself just yesterday, maybe I'll look for maybe one or two persons to just hand pick here. Then I move them away from here to a private something. I'm just going to strengthen their hand and let God do the rest for them. but it's going to be almost free. Almost free. The reason why I use the word almost free is this, you know, there's an extent you can do, you can make sacrifices, you get. So like for this few days, almost a week that we've been on classes, I know how much it has cost me, you know, data, buying fuel and all that, blah blah blah. But you know, stops like that. But we're going to look at it when we meet on the webinar. So thank you so much, David. Thank you, every other person that is here. God bless you. And one more thing you are just going to do for me, David, if you're not following us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter already, so help us do. Okay. Thank you so much, David. So help us do. And another thing we're going to do, I'm going to drop a, what's it called? A postcard on the group, if not this night, because I've had a long day, I need to rest. If not this night, maybe after church tomorrow, like to still help us tell your friends that you are participating in our class and all that, just to put your picture there, and that's it. So amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much, Francis David. God bless you. So this is where we'll draw the curtain tonight. Have a good night rest. God bless you. Thank you.